Margaret Ann Windsor, and I was kidnapped from Buckingham Palace in '41. And this is my dad, Edward the Eighth, um, who was forced out illegally. And this is pictures some years back of my sons, Mark, who's there after me, and Scott, there then. And this photo of me, I'm Victoria the Second. And my father, Edward the Eighth, was married to Claudia Ruth O'Keefe, sister to artist Georgia O'Keefe, American, Irish. This is the double that married Wallace Simpson, and all of it was a lie. 99 years seal, take down my father. And this is his brother who helped do it. This is George the Illegal Six. 1939, the year I was born, here with Roosevelt planning my kidnapping with a woman, Elizabeth Bowes, who's known as the Queen Mom when that's illegal. She's kin to the Rothschilds, the Jews, Rockefellers, Bilderbergers that kidnapped me, with Joe Kennedy, who was appointed ambassador to England by Roosevelt until he was kicked out in '46. His sons JFK helped, and the older son Joe were at the embassy all the time in England. Actually, it sounds like they just took it over, and somehow they were there when my kidnapping, and you know with what followed, they helped in it. So this is Elizabeth, who's lived off of my money and given away my country, just like her father did. And this is Redstone Arsenal, plush retirement home that I haven't even had a home, and guess whose money built it? And part of the people that did this to me in Huntsville are there that you would call upstanding citizens, judges, law enforcement. Yeah, I could go on that one. This is where I was brought. This is in '43. I was kidnapped in '41 and brought there in '41, and this is in '43. So I was 2 years old when I was brought there. And this is the woman. This is a glossed over picture. You'd never see them again like this. This is a man that you should know what he did to the family, and that's me right there. And that would be the person that I was told to call grandmother and grandfather, and the abuse is unreal. And this is a woman that I had to call mother. She killed her twins, Peggy and Carl Dempsey, and they were born out of wedlock, and that's the name I still have to use, Peggy Ann Dempsey. I married to Childers. So this was me a little later, and here later. So nothing's been done about it, just hell. It's happened to me and my sons. I don't even know where they are. And I wanted to mention this. I'm going to stop here. I want to say this. I've told in previous videos, a whole bunch of them, how law enforcement helped in what has happened to me. They would get favors from people that owned apartments or social services they'd get where they'd broken the law. And the law enforcement, it's the head agency here in this country. Everybody's got something to hide, so you know who I'm talking about. But it's the people that did it. But they would engage in favors. Law enforcement would have where they broke a law and would go easier on them. In return, the people did favors for law enforcement against me, which was assault, all kinds of stuff. I mean, it's hideous that I put on other tapes or tried to. But the odd thing is, down here in the federal building where some things were done to me, again, it's all illegal. I mean, it's sick. But there was investigator for the DEA. He actually is policeman with the Salem police here. It's Roanoke, Salem, and this is all together, really. It's in Roanoke County. But he was helping the DEA investigate drug infractions and things that had happened. And He's in court now in federal, which is kind of odd, where they had me when was just trying to live out in the national forest because they had me shut down. But this policeman, his last name, and now I'm going to forget it, Moore, Kevin Moore. He's said that he did. He's admitted it, and they got him on. Well, I should have had it out here. It's like fraud. I can't remember. Let me see the charges. But what's happened? They've done to me. It's got all kinds of laws, not just it's assault and intent to kill everything. I don't have any civil rights. What it's done. Let me get down here. His name's Kevin Moore, and it's for bribery. Is one of them for favors that Moore he tempered with. Well, anyway, I don't have it all written down here. It would involve meth cases and legal favors. In other words, he would arrest and the ones that they told about yesterday on TV and everything. He arrested, got things on women, 3 specifically, and in return for him telling them that he would make the cases go away or take care of them if the women or whoever else would take care of him. That's what I've been telling on all these tapes, that the law enforcement, the FBI, and they get local and state law enforcement to go along with it and help them, or they'll put the law enforcement agency or offices under investigation, and they will find something. So all this has gone on in front of everybody, and they've participated with me crying, begging. I can't get an attorney. And anyway, on one of these, I'll go ahead and say it, more than one. I think it was the 3 of them, but the women that he offered, because they'd broken the law, and he had them, and he said that if they would do him a favor, he would make it go easier on them when it went to court. Well, one of them was oral sex with one of the women, and she said, okay, she would if he had helped get rid of the charges against her. And his statement was, and this is in court yesterday, he's licking his chops, and she gave him oral sex at a gas station. So help you out with your case if you help me, is what he was saying to them. But this is what I've been telling about. It's just done at a higher level, and it encompasses such a orchestrated effort just to kill me. I mean, it's been torture. I did want to mention this. David Edwards lived out, he had a farm out Mountain Pass, not far from where I am now, road that I'd go out the old trail and go up. And that's where I lived, up on the trail in that area for so many years, and starved and froze, and people just wanted me gone. It's shocking. You'd have to embarrass the Americans to put it up there and show what happened to me. But back some years ago, before I was able to get, my jobs were shut down, everything was shut down for me. But I didn't have any food, and I was living up there just off the side of the road, walking from one town to the other, trying to get someone to find my sons for me, if they're still alive. And I went into David Edwards because he was right there on Mountain Pass next to the trail, old trail, going up where I camped and was up on Fort Knob and all through Cornelius to the Peaks of Otter and all that, and south, Lambert's Meadow, etc. But the point is that years ago, before I started getting any money, I went to his dad. They owned a lot of property there, really. And I knocked at the door, and I told him, I said, can you all help me with just a little bit of canned foods? I haven't had anything to eat, and I can't get any. And they gave me some old peanut butter. If I'm not mistaken, it had been eaten out of them, a couple of cans, and told me to come back the next day, and maybe they could help me. I went back the next day, and the father, Edward's father, was standing at the screen door, and I thought he was going to let me in. He was greeting me. Instead, he had it locked. He said, you can't come in because the law enforcement can track you on the scanner. They know where you are at all times. And I want to go back to Roanoke up in Grottos. He was an ex-cop. I worked there